these are your directions on doing your second type of pop-up card, which is for a Christmas tree. This gives you some idea of what we are going to be making. Sorry, it's a black and white photo, but this is what we're making for this card. Okay, so choose whatever color cardstock you want the inside of this card to be. Your choice. You're going to fold it in half, hamburger style, and you want this as straight as possible. So you're going to make sure you line up your two corners, and then hold the corners, go across the middle, and then up to each side and down. So we have a nice clean edge. Now for this drawing, everything we're doing is based off of the folded edge. Okay, so the folded edge of the paper. So we have it folded. We are also going to be measuring in inches for this card. First thing you want to do is measure down 1 inch from the top edge of your card and put a mark. So this is lined up with 0, we're measuring down 1 inch, and we're putting a mark. Okay? The next thing you want to do, and this is 1 inch, you don't have to label yours, but that is 1 inch. The next thing you need to do is turn your ruler around, and you're going to do the same thing, but we're going to measure up from the bottom of our card. So we're going to line that up with the bottom, and we're again going to make a mark at the 1 inch mark on the card. So at this point, you should have 1 inch from the top marked and 1 inch from the bottom marked. Okay. The next step we're going to do is we are going to make this line right here 1/2 inch long. So we're going to line up the 1/2 inch mark on our ruler right here, and we're going to draw to 0 because this needs to be 1/2 inch long. So that line is now 1/2 inch long. You're going to then move your ruler, and we're going to measure up another inch from that 1 inch line. So we're going to measure up 1 inch, and you're going to put a mark. So this gap is 1 inch. You see that? From here to here is 1 inch, and we're going to put a mark. We put a mark. Drew a little extra, okay? Then you're going to turn your ruler, and we're going to make this line 2.5 inches long. So we line up the 2.5, which is the big line between the 2 and the 3. Slide it over, and you're going to draw all the way, keep it straight. And I'm using this 1/2 inch mark to line up with the edge of my card, the folded edge of my card, to keep my ruler straight. And my hand is nice and tight. Like, you can see how tight it is. My fingers turn different colors. And you're going to go all the way to the 0 mark on the ruler and stop. Okay, so we have 1/2 inch line and 2.5 inch line, and they are 1 inch apart. The next thing you're going to do is we are going to connect this mark to the end of this line. So you're going to turn your ruler, and you might use your pencil to guide it. You want this edge of your ruler to match right along the edge of the card where that mark is. And then you want the other edge of your ruler to line up where the bottom, or line up, this will be the bottom of your tree, but line up at the end of this line. So the top edge is lined up with the edge of our card at that mark we made. The bottom end of our ruler is lined up with the edge of this line. And then you're going to make a dotted line. So we want a dotted, dashed, whatever. It's not a solid line. So can you kind of see that? You can't really see that. So I'm going to go over this with Sharpie. So once again, this needs to be a dashed line. A dashed line. There you go. So you can see. I got this one here, that line there, then this dashed line that connects from the edge of that line to the top. Then our next step is we're going to connect from here to here. And again, this is going to be a dashed line. So we're going to line up the edge of our ruler with the end of this line, and then also with that line. And you can use a mark on your ruler, whatever mark you want, one of these long marks. line it right up with the bottom of your tree, that bottom line, and then we can just make this a dashed line. So we now have 2 dashed lines and 2 solid lines. Starting to look like a tree, isn't it? Okay. The next step we need to do is we need to make marks every 1/2 inch. So we're going to turn our ruler. I'm going to go ahead and turn this tree too. We are going along. You want to line 0 up with the bottom of your tree. And every 1/2 inch, you need to put a mark. So we're going to put a mark here, because that's 1/2 inch. Then you're going to put a mark here, because that's 1/2 inch. It's blurry. Then you're going to put mark here, because that's 1/2 inch. And then one here, 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 and here. Okay? So you should have just made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different marks. And your next step, we're going to rotate this card, is we are going to connect this mark all the way to that dashed line. So again, I like to line up my ruler using one of these long lines with the edge of my card to help get it straight. And we're just going, and these are going to be solid lines. You're going to draw until you reach that dashed line we made. And you need to do this with every single one of the lines you drew. And just work your way up to draw these lines. And you're stopping at that dashed line. So you can see each line gets a little bit shorter if you started at the top bottom. So you should have this going all the way up. Now you get to get your scissors. We are going to cut on the solid lines. Only the solid lines, not the dashed lines. You are not cutting anything out of your card. All you will be doing is cutting this direction all the way up. So I'm going to rotate this so I can cut. We're going to cut this line. Just like that. So you can see that's as far as I went. Then we're going to cut this line. But for this line, you want to go all the way to the end of the line. You can see. You cut there, you cut there. And then you work your way up. And we only are cutting straight cuts. Make sure you stop where your line ends. Okay? You can see, here we go. Just like that. So you can see nothing is out of my card. It's all there. Now the next step that we need to do is we need to fold these. So I'm going to put a mark on the ones that you need to fold. So you need to fold this one, then you're going to skip one. You're going to fold this one, then you're going to skip one. You're going to fold this one, then you're going to skip one. You're going to fold this one, then you're going to skip one. You're going to fold this one, skip one, fold that one. You're going to fold on this dotted line. So we're going to fold over on the dotted line. So this is just a tiny fold. And then you want to fold back the other direction. Okay? And you're going to take this one. And for this one, it's going to go up at an angle because that's how our dotted line goes. See? You want it to fold up. And then you want it to fold back. Then we're going to do this one. You want to fold up. Then you want to fold back. Then for this one, you want to fold up, and then you want to fold back. And then this one, fold up, and then fold back. Okay? And then this one, fold up, and fold back. Now, this is the back of your card. So we're going to open it up very gently. Make sure you don't rip any of your parts. And then you're going to push up. All the ones that you folded, you're going to pop them up. So these what we call become valley fold. So these edges are your valley fold and the center is your mountain fold. And then we're going to skip one and we're going to go on to the next one. We're going to make it pop out. You can see, there it is. Then we're going to skip the one that didn't get folded. You're going to pop out the next one. And you just work your way up the tree. So then you have all the ones that you folded are now popping out. So when you close your card, you're going to help them know where to go. You're the boss of the paper. Be in charge of the paper. You can see this is what it looks like on the back. See? This side is our drawing side. So then when you open it up, you have all these popping up. Okay? So you need to decorate your card. This is a tree, so decorate it however you want to. Make sure it's decorated. I'm not going to show you a video of me decorating it. You can decorate your own card. And then upload a video showing me your finished, decorated, just the inside card. Okay?